What's up, everybody? Justin here, back with a new episode of The List. It's been a long time since I've done a new episode of The List where I pick wrestling topics, wrestling news, and talk about and give my thoughts on the news around the wrestling world. This episode, I'm going to talk about Brodie Lee, formerly Luke Harper, and Matt Hardy. The Broken One. Delete. The Broken One, Matt Hardy, is back as a broken Matt Hardy character. In AEW, I'll talk about their debuts. And I'm going to talk about first, WrestleMania is a two-day event. For the first time ever, it's 2 days. They should have done this honestly, 3 to 4 years ago. They could have done this. It would have been a lot better for the fans and attendance. Even for watching at home, 7 hours. The last couple years, WrestleMania has been over 6 hours or close to it, 7 hours. That's way too fucking long to sit home and watch it. I've watched it because I'm a hardcore fan, but 7 hours is way too long. So now they're making a 2-day event, Saturday, Sunday. It's a great thing. It's a smart move. It has to be, again, it has to be in front of no fans. Hopefully they do what forever for WWE backstage workers, family of the talent, some of the heels and faces. I hope WrestleMania has a little bit of real crowd noise. And you put out I know you shouldn't really be around 10 other people. I don't know. Put out 8 people. Maybe 20. Maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe I'm over the line for saying they should have 10 to 20 people in the crowd trying to make some noise. AEW Dynamite, the perfect example for this is Dynamite last night in Jacksonville in front of no fans. What did AEW do? They did the perfect fucking thing you could do and think of. They had heels on one side of the ring and baby faces on the other side of the ring. They were at least making some noise, at least. By the way, Dynamite, the matches were very good last night. Very good episode of Dynamite without fans. They did their best. The talent busted their ass. Dynamite was a really good show. And the rating showed us they were close to 1 million viewers, so a lot of people watched. NXT, of course, did not have any live matches or anything, but that was their prerogative. So my point is, WrestleMania is a 2-day event now. Saturday, Sunday. A lot fucking better than watching 6 hours of a WrestleMania all at once. Because last year I even got burned out and really tired towards the end of it. For Becky, Ronda, Charlotte, the main event, I was pretty tired and burned out from it. So 2-day event, hopefully one of the days is not over 4 hours. Make one day 3 hours or one day 4 hours. Or both days 4 hours. I'm cool with that. 4 hours of a pay-per-view I can handle. And I don't get that tired. So let's talk about day 1. WrestleMania. They announced some of the matches for day 1. Saturday, April 4th. the first day again of WrestleMania, first time ever they're doing this. A 2-day WrestleMania event from the PC. No fans. By the way, I heard rumors WWE might pipe in crowd noise or CGI fans there. No, don't you dare do that. That'd be stupid. I do not want to hear piped in crowd noise. That'd be totally fucking stupid. Like, you would hear a crowd cheering, piped in, crowd cheering a wrestling match. When obviously we would be watching and see nobody's there in the crowd. So don't you dare, Vince. Don't be stupid and pipe in crowd noise at WrestleMania. You want some crowd noise, put like 8 to 10 people out in the seats to react or something like that, or the talent or people that work for the company, put them in the seats, some of them, if you want real crowd reactions. Tell them, go out there, watch the show, be a fan, and react. Again, if WrestleMania does what AEW Dynamite did with no fans, had the talent in the crowd yelling, cheering a little bit, do that for WrestleMania. Have some of the talent in the crowd cheering, heckling some of the wrestlers. Again, you could have heels on one side of the seats, one side of the ring, and faces on the other, reacting, maybe roasting each other or yelling at each other. That'd be funny. So WrestleMania Day 1, Saturday, April 4th, matches that have been announced as of right now. Maybe they could change them. I don't know. Maybe they'll add a few. I don't know. I don't see that they did not add the tag team titles or women's tag titles or the Raw or SmackDown tag titles. But I think those titles, will be defended. But as of right now, they have not announced the Kabuki Warriors. I hope they at least get a WrestleMania match in Payday. So Saturday, April 4th, WrestleMania matches. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, The Undertaker, AJ Styles, the NXT Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. And the main event for Saturday, April 4th, I'm pretty sure it will be the main event for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Why not? This is just my opinion. Why not put the WWE title match on Sunday? Because that title is your top championship, in my opinion. It's not the Universal title, but maybe WWE or Fox or Vince, maybe they think we gotta put the Universal title on Sunday and it has to be the main event because the Universal title's on Fox. Well, I disagree. The WWE Championship means a lot more. I don't care that it's not on Fox. So day 1, Saturday, April 4th, you only got 4 matches booked. I think they'll probably add 6 or 7 for day 1. And for day 2, they'll probably add also 5 to 6 to 7 matches, because for Sunday, April 5th, the WrestleMania matches are announced. Only 3 of them. I'm pretty sure they're going to probably have at least 5 to 6 on Sunday. For the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch defends against Shayna Baszler. Again, these are the Sunday, April 5th WrestleMania matches. Becky defends against Shayna. John Cena against The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and the Universal Championship, Goldberg defends against Roman Reigns. Also, this article I'm reading says that each match is listed taking place from the Performance Center, but WWE intends to broadcast WrestleMania from multiple locations. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't get it. But that's what they say. How can you're going to set up a ring with no fans in a different city? That'd be pointless, in my opinion. So then it goes on to say, we all know WrestleMania in Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium was is taken out of the stadium and put in the PC because of the coronavirus pandemic. Again, if to everybody out there, be safe, be smart, don't be stupid, don't be going to visit with more than like 5 to 10 friends, don't be trying to go out. Well, here in my city, you can't go out anywhere to celebrate. But anyways, can't go to the movies, the theaters are shut down, restaurants, bars shut down, casino shut down. NBA, where my Bucks play, that arena shut down. WWE was supposed to have a house show in my hometown March 28th. It's been canceled. By the way, I keep saying my city. I'm from and live in Milwaukee. So again, everything is shut down. So if you want to hang out with friends so bad, or party, or if you're on spring break, well, don't fucking do it. You can't be around each other. You can't have more than 10 people around each other. You just can't. Stop being selfish, and you gotta sacrifice and be smart and sacrifice until this goes away. So again, be smart and be safe. I get it. You can still go outside. You don't want to be locked up all day long. And if you're lonely, if you're bored and you want to see friends so bad, that's okay, but don't be around more than 5 people. Just don't. You cannot hang out with more than 5 to 10 friends, so just don't do it. You gotta sacrifice. And if you don't sacrifice, well, stop being selfish. And you should be punched in the fucking face if you're not gonna sacrifice and not care about anybody else but yourself. And by the way, fuck your freedom. I've seen people saying, I have freedom, so I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. Go wherever I want. Fuck your freedom. This is not about freedom. It's about being safe and not spreading it to other people, you stupid jackasses that say, oh, I have freedom. I'm keeping my business open because of freedom. No, you don't. No, you don't. Some jackass in my city tried to keep his bar open, and he had 30 people in his bar. Again, 30 stupid people, but they were there. And the bar owner, I saw this on the news like 2 days ago. The guy didn't want to close. He was like, I'm not closing because of freedom. I'm not closing because of a cough. That's what he said. Fucking jackass. So anyways, the cops showed up at his business later that night and shut him down. So now he's closed and he can't open. Good, you're a fucking jackass. You don't have the freedom to stay open when there's a pandemic, you stupid dumbass. I would love to see that guy meet that bar owner and punch him in the fucking face and teach him a lesson. Anyways. So yeah, WrestleMania is a 2-day event. Without fans, obviously there's not going to be fans, but whatever they do, WrestleMania and the matches and the talent, they're gonna bust their ass. It's gonna be entertaining. I'm excited for it. Without fans, I'm excited to watch the matches, and I will be watching them live on the WWE Network, a 2-day event. First time ever. After this year, they better make WrestleMania every year a 2-day event. If you want 12 to 14 matches booked, if you want your event to be 6 to 7 hours, you gotta be smart and make it 2 days every year. So again, my guess is the tag titles, SmackDown, Raw, women's tag titles will be added to the card. Maybe an Intercontinental title and U.S. title match also. I don't know what they're going to do with NXT. If maybe they have 1 or 2 NXT matches on the show, I don't know. I sure hope so. Maybe at WrestleMania we'll get Walter Finn Ballard, because that takeover, UK takeover in April, I'm pretty sure is canceled. So now I'm going to talk about Brodie Lee, Matt Hardy debuting with AEW last night on Dynamite. They made their debut. I really liked Matt Hardy's debut with the drone, Vanguard 1 drone landing in the ring. That was awesome. Great setup. Matt Hardy up in the rafters and the stands, just holding his arms out, laughing, being just his crazy broken character gimmick, and then doing a delete. That was just really awesome. I saw someone sent out a tweet. I'm not sure if it was AEW or Matt Hardy, but they named AEW All Delete Wrestling. Pretty funny. And about Matt Hardy, WWE, you did a great job bringing in Matt and his brother Jeff when you brought them in at WrestleMania 33. That was a great WrestleMania moment. I will always remember. They won the tag titles. But after they lost them, you did like nothing with Matt Hardy. Yeah, you had broken Matt around a little bit on Raw. He had that match with Bray Wyatt at the compound, Hardy compound. I forget what the hell the match was called. But then you had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy as a tag team. I don't think they were tag champs, but they could have been. Who the hell knows? I don't remember. But again, WWE and Vince, just his refusal to push awesome gimmicks, awesome talent. They came up with a new character, gimmick. Again, WWE refuses to push you as a main event player. If you were not created by WWE, if the gimmick was not created by WWE, well, you're screwed. You're never going to be a main eventer. And Broken Matt was, at one time in WWE, the guy was super, super over. On Raw, when he wasn't on the show, there were delete chants. I mean, there were Matt Hardy chants a lot, and delete chants, and what did you decide to do? You just stopped putting them on TV and stopped booking them. Maybe on live events, I don't know. But you stopped using the Broken Matt character, which was just beyond stupid. But again, Vince was probably like, I'm bored of Broken Matt. I didn't create them. I don't care about the gimmick. I don't care how many fans or people or broken Matt Hardy fans. I don't care how much they want to see them. I'm going to just pay him to sit at home and be backstage and do nothing. Maybe helped out a lot of younger talent when he's backstage. He probably did. But they didn't put him on television hardly at all. Again, Broken Matt and the character was basically fucked and screwed because he wasn't created by Vince or the WWE. And a lot of people have tried to put down AEW, bashed them for bringing in former WWE guys. Let's just say Jericho, Cody. Cody was gone for a while, like 2 whole years, I think, or something, before AEW. But Jericho, Moxley, Dustin Rhodes, Cody, now Broken Matt, formerly Luke Harper, Brodie Lee, former WWE guys. They all jumped ship. They all left for AEW. Again, except for Cody, he was already gone. He was working in New Japan, ROH, and a few indies. He was gone already. So you can't really say Cody jumped because he was gone like 2 whole years already. But since AEW's been around, Dustin Rhodes, Jon Moxley, Jericho, Matt Hardy, and Brodie Lee have all jumped ship. Jack Swagger too, but he was been gone from WWE for a while, so I wouldn't say Jake Hager jumped because he was gone already before AEW even started. So that's the only WWE guys I can think of: Dustin, Jericho, Moxley, Brodie Lee, Matt Hardy. But I just saw a few fans giving AEW shit, trying to bash them that, oh, you're just taking old WWE guys, you're taking WWE leftovers or washed up, stuff like that. I disagree. And if you think they are, who cares? There's another big wrestling company for them to go to, so why wouldn't you fucking go? If you're unhappy at your job, obviously Dustin was, Moxley was, Harper and Matt Hardy, I called him Harper, but Brodie Lee, Matt Hardy, obviously those 4 guys were unhappy. I don't think Jericho was unhappy. He just said Vince wouldn't pay him more, that AEW and Tony Khan paid him more. And Vince just said, okay, you sign. Vince said, or Jericho said he told Vince and said, do you want to like give me a new contract or a better deal? And Vince said, no, go take their deal. And then Jericho took it. And then he said WWE and Vince were mad at him and said, why'd you take the deal? And then Jericho says, well, you fucking told me to take it, so I took it. Anyways, I'm sure WWE and Vince are still butthurt. And look, I'm a WWE guy. I'll admit that. I'm an NXT guy. But, I'm a pro wrestling fan. First and foremost, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I don't just watch WWE or NXT. I watch NXT UK. I watch MLW. I watch NWA. I watch ROH sometimes. I've watched New Japan this year. I watch Stardom. So I watch a ton of wrestling. But I'll admit I'm a WWE NXT guy, but what AEW's been doing on Dynamite has been fucking awesome. Really entertaining, TV and wrestling. Really good. Really good stuff. Bringing in Jericho, having the inner circle, that's really good. Moxley being the champion, that's really good. Bringing in Jake the Snake, that's pretty damn awesome because the guy's a great promo. Bringing in Lance Archer, great idea. Bringing in Brodie Lee, great idea. Bringing in Broken Matt to be Broken Matt, the real Broken Matt, without any barriers of some old dude telling you no, you're not booked and you can't do that. So anyways, Broken Matt will have creative freedom for sure. I'm sure a lot of the talent in AEW's, I'm sure a lot of them have a lot of freedom to talk out their ideas, what they want to do. And I'm sure they talk them out with Tony Khan, and he's a final decision. It's a lot better to have the wrestlers, if you have a wrestling company, to have the wrestlers book and come up with their own storylines and ideas. That's a lot better way to do it than to hire a whole bunch of jackass, don't know what the fuck they're doing, don't know how to write for wrestlers because they never been in the ring or anything like that. A lot of these WWE writers, I'm sure they haven't even been fans before they got hired. They probably were never wrestling fans. If you're not a hardcore wrestling fan or you're not a wrestler, you shouldn't be allowed to write scripts for wrestlers and promos and tell them what to say, like you know better than they know about themselves and their own character. So back to Matt Hardy, Brodie Lee. Jumping ship, supposedly. I'm happy for them. I don't see it like that they're former washed up WWE guys and AEW just took WWE's leftovers. I don't see it that way. I see it as there's another big company that wanted them and signed them, and they were happy to go there. It's great. Competition is great for the wrestling business. I mean, thank God for AEW, for guys like Brodie Lee, Moxley, Matt Hardy to be able to go there and do something entertaining and be happy. Because you wouldn't want them in WWE because they would just not be booked good or not be used or just be jobbing and be miserable. Now, again, WWE dropped the ball. Big time with Broken Matt. With Luke Harper, not so much. The guy was Intercontinental Champion. The guy was a tag team champion. But I will say they underutilized Luke Harper big time because Vince, for some reason, didn't like him, or I don't know if this is true, but Vince wanted Luke Harper to do a southern accent, I think, like he's a hick, and have him return to look like a fool doing a southern accent. Well, I think Harper said no to that or something, and then they paid him to sit at home, and I don't know. Obviously, Harper, Brodie Lee obviously probably said no to something, and then they punished him and just paid him to be sitting at home doing nothing. Yeah, he was injured like probably 2 to 3 times in his WWE career. He was injured, but so what? That could happen to anybody. At least he's I don't know, he's still paid at least. Or for a lot of people that get injured, WWE does get too much shit from a lot of fans that they're awful company, awful creative, all this stuff. People love to bash WWE, but At least they pay your medical bills when you're injured and they don't release you. At least they do that. And at least they pay their talent very, very well. So I don't see it as AEW stealing WWE or leftovers. I don't see it that way. A lot of people have pointed out on Twitter, and I agree. Look at what WWE did in the 90s, in the late 90s, or also early 90s. They got Undertaker from WCW. They got Steve Austin from, ECW, but he was in WCW a lot longer. Steve Austin was not a WWE guy. He was not created by the WWE. Stone Cold Steve Austin was created by his ex-wife, who was a former wrestling valet. I think her name was Jeannie. I forget her name. Jeannie, or she was a Lady Blossom in WCW in the early 90s. Again, Steve Austin's ex-wife named him Stone Cold. Steve Austin. WWE didn't come up with Stone Cold. They might have came up with Mankind for Mick Foley. Anyways, Undertaker went to WWF, became The Undertaker. That's all credit goes to Vince McMahon for that. He created The Undertaker, but they got Mark Calloway from WCW. They got Steve Austin from another place. They got Mick Foley from another place. Also, they got, just think about these guys. In 2000, they got Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero from WCW. Were WWF fans or WCW fans saying, oh yeah, you signed Eddie, Dean, Perry Saturn, Chris Benoit, you signed them, but they're washed up? Or were WWF fans saying at the time, oh, this sucks. We got Eddie, Chris Benoit, and Dean and Perry. I doubt anybody was saying it was a bad thing that those 4 guys left because they were unhappy. That's why they went to WWF. And they got a bigger push and a bigger spotlight on them, more exposure. And probably were treated a lot better because WCW at the time was just horribly mismanaged and out of control. So again, talent jumping back and forth. Don't blame the new company that signs a talent. Don't blame them. Don't bash them. It's stupid. Really, really stupid to do that. Just be happy for them. They have another place to go where they can be happy. Again, if you were unhappy at your workplace, would you stay there? Let's say you had a contract. If your contract was up and you were unhappy, would you stay there? Or would you go to another place that wanted to hire you? I'm pretty sure you would leave and go to the new place because you would be happier. And it'd be a new adventure, and just your brain, your mind could start getting creative again. And Brodie Lee, again, he's the exalted one. He's part of the Dark Order. I guess he's the leader. I don't know, but he did debut as part of the Dark Order. I still don't like the gimmick, but I like Brodie Lee. Very talented big man. We'll say, God, what was I going to say? I can't remember now, but it was about, something about Brodie Lee. I totally lost my train of thought, but bottom line, Matt Hardy, Brodie Lee, Dustin, Jericho, Moxley, all I want them to be as a wrestling fan is to be happy and to be working for a company that cares about them, that books them, and doesn't just not use them or job them out forever and ever because they're unhappy with them or trying to punish them or something. So, oh yeah, Brodie Lee had a great line in his promo when he took off the hood. Thank God it wasn't Vince. What he did in '99, he says, "It's me, Austin. It was me all along." Brodie Lee says, he was talking about Christopher Daniels. He says, "This is not the first time," or something like, "This was not the first time an old, out of touch man did not believe in me." Obviously, he's talking about Vince. And again, I don't understand Vince. I don't understand why he wouldn't push Broken Matt Hardy. Why he wouldn't take his ideas for the Broken Matt character. And I don't understand, and never will, why Vince did not like Brodie Lee and didn't want to push him. At one point, I think he must have liked him because he was pushing him. Thing is, Vince's idea to put together Rowan and Harper as a Bludgeon Brothers. That was probably his idea. I'm not sure, but he pushed them. I liked them as a team. But anyways, so the point is, if you're unhappy, I don't blame Brodie Lee or Matt Hardy. They were unhappy, and it's awesome they left because they can be at a place and a company that will respect them and take their ideas and put them together with the boss Tony Khan's ideas, Cody's ideas, maybe the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. Maybe they have ideas, they butt in, and everybody is happy. So that's all I gotta say. Broken Matt Hardy, Brodie Lee, a part of AEW. It's pretty awesome. I would like to see the Wednesday night ratings. I would like to see both shows get 1,000,000 viewers every week because over 2 million should be watching on Wednesday nights. It's the wrestling night. It's a lot better than Monday nights and Fridays. About the ratings, I don't really care who wins, who loses. All I know is, as a fan, I've been very entertained every week by both shows, both products. Some weeks is one better than the other, of course. Like last night, AEW was better because they were live, they were wrestling, and also they had two new debuts, so that really helped. But my point is, NXT, AEW both deserve to be getting over 1,000,000 viewers every Wednesday night. AEW winning week after week after week, well, in my opinion, they're winning over and over and over because they're a new company. They're the fresh, new toy that a lot of wrestling fans want to play with. Also, a lot of pissed off, angry WWE fans that were not happy with Vince. Former wrestling fans probably went to AEW now. But again, just flip it around. What if NXT just started a year ago? What if NXT was new and AEW was around for 5 years? NXT's actually been around over 5 years, but I would say Triple H started booking or really taking over NXT probably in like 2013 or 14. or maybe even 2012. I'm not sure. But if NXT, this is just my opinion. I think if NXT was a newer company and AEW was not, and they were going head to head, I think NXT would be winning over and over like AEW is. Again, I enjoy both shows Wednesday night. I really do. I love Wednesday night. I love the Wednesday Night Wars, and which I do favor NXT. I do watch them live, but I always watch AEW after. And last night I actually watched a lot of AEW Dynamite. I saw like three to four segments and matches that I watched and saw the finishes of. Because NXT was just a hype up video package show. Very good video packages, but it was just a hype up video package show. And I don't blame them for that. I don't know why they didn't want to have live matches. I don't have a clue. I don't know. Maybe a lot of the talent wants to be tested before they wrestle again. I don't know. Hope you enjoyed this new episode of The List. Talked about the WrestleMania 2-night event and the matches for Saturday, Sunday. And I also talked about Matt Hardy, Brodie Lee in AEW, debuted for AEW. Hope you enjoyed this episode of The List. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Bye for now.